Give me a moment.
Yuri, figured out Rhino's deal. He's attacking Oscorp's relief centers.
Think I know which one he's hitting next. Reports of a possible earthquake and/or demolition derby at the Harlem Center.
Sounds like our boy. Headed there now.
You holding up okay?
Tired, but hanging in there.
We'll get through this. Keep the faith.
Hey MJ, what's up? You okay?
I'm fine. Combing through Oscorp records. Hey, this is random, but you remember that trip we took to Staten Island with Harry?
To find the best pizza in the city? Yeah. 10-hour odyssey for burnt toast with cold American cheese. How could I forget?
Something about all these old Oscorp files made that day pop into my head. Harry was so excited about riding the ferry. Just made me think about how much simpler things were back then. No jobs, no supervillains. We could throw away a whole day looking for bad pizza just 'cause. Now it feels like if we take a nap, the world will fall apart.
Yeah, this adult thing is rough. I guess the work we do means today's kids can have their own Staten Island adventures. In safety. Kind of a circle of life thing.
Circle of bad pizza. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to look at it. Thanks, Pete.
This is Sable Control, requesting update from Bowery.
This is Armored Patrol reporting in. No sign of the target.
I'm back. Wait a second. Did he? Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah. Oh my neck. I forgot something. Yes. Yo. Okay. Now let me see one more time. Let's see, they're gonna do. Okay.
getting much coverage. I should look for more towers to activate.
Ground team, this is Control. Need a status update from Firehouse.
Observation post is live. On alert for priority target.
Welcome to the air show. Someone your own size, Rhino.
There is no one my size, Hulk.
Or maybe we could just talk it out. Rhino, what's with the team? I thought you were a loner.
Means success. More of nightmare speed ahead.
So what's the end for these particular means?
Freedom! True freedom! No more suits! No more Rhino!
I always liked this dude. So distinctive.
Be thankful for. Without you, I make less trouble for you.
What about our stimulating battleside chat?
You are funny, Molly. I am almost sorry to destroy you.
Okay, Rhino. Let's wrap this up.
Never send an 8-ton infant to do a man's job. Let's finish this.
Oh, Scorps, love you, but you do know it's rude to cut in, right?
Like make him give up.
Yes, that is exactly what I would have done.
Like an old married couple, you two! So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
The we murdered Spider-Man and used his corpse for a blade.
Gargan, please, you're better than that.
Gotta get Scorpion on the ground. Gadget's my hero.
I can't believe I'm stuck with a moron like you.
Come here. Fix that. Get in, idiot. What the hell?
Guys, please! There's plenty of me to go around. Rhino's getting his suit removed. What did Octavius promise you, Scorpion?
Gargan has no business. He fights for profit.
Untrue. I'd rip Spider-Man's face off for free.
We failed because of you, Gargan. You don't know the pain that you can cause.
Try it, Red Menace. Hell, maybe I'll just pull you out of the suit myself.
Starting to feel like I don't even need to be here. You guys want to sort this out yourselves?
You know what Octavius will do if he finds out you failed?
I failed?
Yes, you freak show!
A little forced together time might help you boys learn to play nice. All right, Yuri, that's 4 down. Just Octavius and Lee left.
Something tells me they won't be as easy. They're only half our problem, though. Devil's Breath cases are getting worse, and Oscorp is being coy about an anti-serum. I'm worried they're seeing dollar signs in a seller's market.
I'd expect nothing less from our beloved mayor. Leave Devil's Breath to me. One of my best people is on it.
Pete, hey. I've been through the city, state, and federal databases. If this Devil's Breath lab does exist, it's off the books. The only other place I can think to look is in Norman's personal files.
I've already been through his office computer. Are you thinking his penthouse? That building's full of Sable's men. If they spot me, other residents could get hurt in a firefight.
I know, but I might be able to get in undetected. I can sneak in, find the lab's location, and get out. If anything goes wrong, I'll call you for backup.
Okay. It's risky, but we need that location. Wait for me to get nearby, then make your move.
I'll be ready.
Douglas, this is Stable Control. Boss wants an update on your status.
Observation close to staff.
Alarming. Paranoid. Conspiracy. All nasty words we took. Don't and you need me. Now, after years of me trying to warn you all, here we
Spider-Man has literally brought a plague down upon us. Why do I blame him and not Martin Lee? I do blame Martin Lee. He deserves swift justice, but he's a lunatic terrorist. This is what they do. Whereas Spider-Man claims to be a hero. Yet he obviously knew about the threat and didn't warn us. He either thought he'd handled it, which makes him criminally negligent, or he was in on it, which makes him a terrorist too.
Okay, MJ. I'm a couple blocks away. Let me know if you get into trouble.
Thanks, Pete. Wish me luck. Okay. Norman's penthouse is on the top floor.
Okay, Kevin, USAA Bank is here to help you stay on track. Budget's looking good. Fair for a fill-up? And green light some beef jerky. If you were a little less conspicuous. You're definitely my kind of suit. Hey, Sarge! He went that way. I can almost taste that $1 million bucks. You know, I think I'll keep you.
Trust me, Peter, the only suits that matter for this list are the ones that are filled with style. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans, to another really exciting Spider-Man PS4 related video, and once again, another opinion-based video at that. And yes, indeed, everyone, we are once again back with another top 5 list relating to Spider-Man PS4, and in case you missed it, I did already do my top 5 best and worst suits for the main game, as well as the top 5 best and worst suit powers that were equipped with certain suits in the game as well. And seeing how the entirety of the City That Never Sleeps DLC pack is in fact fully released for Spider-Man PS4, I thought it would be time again to do another top 5 list for the game, going over the top 5 best and worst suits that the DLC has to offer. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, how can I possibly do a top 5 best and worst DLC suits list, given how that there's only 3 suits per pack with a total of 9 new costumes for the game? And while that would have been true in the past, we have received the newest web suit within Spider-Man PS4, also known as the Sam Raimi suit, which was included within the game in a free update that you had to download. So even though that suit may not be part of the standard DLC within the packs you had to pay for, it still does technically count as downloadable content for the overall game of Spider-Man PS4. And given that we have an overall total of 10 brand new costumes within the DLC for Spider-Man PS4, we are going to include 5 within the top 5 best suits and another 5 within the top 5 worst suits. And I do have to reiterate this once again, is that all of these suits that you will see within each of these lists is purely based 100% off of my own opinion. So just know if there is a suit that you really do love within all of the DLC packs that does not appear within this list, just know that that is my personal opinion as to how I feel about the costume. And one more important detail to mention about this list is that it will only go over the visual aesthetic of each suit, as well as the intricacies that are layered within it, as well as how they each look within these separate times of day within Marvel Spider-Man. And with all that said, we're going to start off with number 5 on the list, which is a suit that I think looks really good, and then end the entirety of this list with number 1, which is indeed the best DLC suit within Spider-Man PS4. So believe it or not, starting off with number 5 is the Cyborg Spider-Man suit.
I like this thing.
Different towards, and seeing how we got it in Silver Lining, I was actually a little bit let down with seeing how this was indeed another reskin of the classic suit that Insomniac had already put within the main game. However, those were my original thoughts when just looking at this costume based off of the pictures alone, but actually seeing it in motion, I have come to appreciate it at a much more deeper level.
like this
Not
thing.
only does it make sense from a narrative standpoint to have the cyborg Spider-Man suit within the Silver Lining DLC pack, given everything that occurs during that pack's story, I do really appreciate all the little details that are within each cyborg aspect of the costume. Besides having a multitude of battle scars and stitches layered across the cyborg suit, I obviously love the main aspects of it with the huge robotic arm, as well as the utility belt and really cool cyborg lenses. Not to mention that I love the little detail of Spider-Man's bandana flowing around whenever you move with this suit equipped while swinging or fighting bad guys. And this suit is definitely the case of the more I wore it, the more I liked it. And you do have to admit, punching enemies with the huge robotic arm does feel pretty darn satisfying. So moving on to the fourth best suit within Spider-Man PS4's DLC is indeed the original Iron Spider armor. Not only do I think Insomniac absolutely nailed the design of the Iron Spider armor from how it looks in the comics, but I also think that they completely innovated how it looks from the comics as well. Besides replicating the obvious red and gold aesthetic that the costume has within the comics, I love how much layered the textures are within this armor, making it feel even more durable than the other Spidey armors that are in the game already. Everything from the sharper lenses, as well as the much more layered and refined textures within the main torso, and of course the Iron Man-esque boots that Spidey has on this armor, everything looks absolutely gorgeous. And to add on to the cool features of this suit even more, Insomniac also updated the Iron Arm Spider power, which also makes them look completely golden just how they are in the comics. So seeing how Insomniac fully updated the Iron Arm suit power, which were intended for the Infinity War suit just for the original Iron Spider armor, is pretty darn cool and passionate of them to do so. And besides just looking flat out awesome, it definitely shows the attention to detail that Insomniac are willing to go to fully immerse you within this costume. So moving on to number 3 is yet again another suit which I wasn't too fond of when I first looked at the pictures of it, but actually seeing it in motion and playing around with it myself, the more I actually came to appreciate it. And of course, if you look at the thumbnail, I'm obviously talking about the Spider-Man suit from the newest animated film, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So the reason why I wasn't too jazzed about this suit being in the game in the first place is because it's basically just another rendition of the classic suit from the comics. But the coolest things about this suit is not only does it have a completely different body proportion size from that of the standard suits in the game, but it also has its art style from the animated film directly ripped off from the movie. So we do already have a lot of animated suits within the game, starting off with the vintage comic book suit, as well as the Spider-Clan outfit within Turf Wars, and this one is the final one out of the animated bunch. So not only is it rad to look exactly like Peter B. Parker's Spider-Man within Into the Spider-Verse, but it also has a completely different and unique art style to that of any other suit that's in the game. The vintage comic book suit has much more of a cel-shaded art style, whereas the Spider-Clan suit has much more of an anime vibe. However, with this suit, as you can see, it definitely has the same Kirby dot aesthetic from the old school comics that were fully implemented within the movie. And seeing how Insomniac was able to fully replicate the entirety of the Into the Spider-Verse suit to one-to-one detail within a actual video game is beyond a huge achievement for them. And by any chance you were one of the people who wanted a movie tie-in game to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, look no further than this suit right here. So as we draw closer to the end of this list, we now have the second best DLC suit within the entirety of Spider-Man PS4, which is actually the Silver Spider Armor, also known as Spider Armor Mark I. Now this suit was one I was beyond stoked to see be put in within Turf Wars, and the more I wore it, the more I felt super nostalgic to the old school Spider-Man games from the PS1 days. Now the same situation applies for Spider Armor Mark I, just like it did for the Iron Spider Armor, where this is, in my opinion, the best version of the Mark I Spider Armor that we have ever seen in any form of Spider-Man media. Not only does the silver and black armor go incredibly well with each other, but I also love the much more layered textures that this suit has on the lower torso, as well as the much more armored look that it has with the silver parts of the suit popping out much more than they usually did. And besides having a really cool armored look to it overall, I really love the fact that it looks like a mix between Spider armor and a classic Spidey suit that you would see just in a fabric form. So whether or not it's my nostalgia talking, or the fact that this is an extremely sleek suit design, the Spider Armor Mark I costume definitely deserves to be at the number 2 spot. But with all those other outfits out of the way, we are now moving on to the
law books. Harry wants to be an environmental attorney, like his mom. Why didn't you tell us you were sick? Harry's journal. His last entry is marked July 18. That must be the code to that room.
I am saying we should not rush off without a plan.
We? You are staying here. The antiserum's ready, and I'm going to supervise production.
You will be completely vulnerable without me.
I seem to be completely vulnerable with you. I'm going alone. End of discussion.
Keep Team 2 on standby. I'm getting signal.
Pete, Norman's cure is ready. He's headed to the lab it's at now. Can you follow?
Not without alerting him. Somebody spiked Sable's coffee today. Her men are set on double secret probation alert.
Okay, then stay ready. I've almost got the location. Norman's cure is ready. He's headed to the lab it's at now. Can you follow?
Not without alerting him. Somebody spiked Sable's coffee today. Her men are set on double secret probation alert.
Okay, then stay ready. I've almost got the location.
Five control. Area clear. Running a sweep. We'll report slow. Who's there? Who's there? Control, we're compromised.
Okay, July 18. Bingo. Super creepy. Gotta find the location of the... This Sable troop deployments. They're stationed all over the city. I bet I can find the Devil's Breath lab with this. It must be an Oscorp property with a ton of Sable protection, frequented by Dr. Michaels. Oscorp building, but no Michaels or Sable. Don't think I've chosen the right categories. Wow. So many record Oscorp building, but no Michaels or Bravo. Nope, that's just disabled. And this must be the seat. Bet I'm looking for a heavily guarded Oscorp building that Dr. Michaels visits. Good old Alpha. Devil's Breath. Should check good old Alpha team. None of these patrols cross Dr. Michael. Nope, that's just none of these patrols cross Dr. Michael's path. Devil's Breath lab must have a... Oscorp's going all in on defense research. No. Norman's not crazy enough. No. I need to track Michaels. Nope, that's just as Ben Adder as it. Dr. Michaels leads the Devil's Breath team. None of these patrols. Don't think I've chosen the right. A records facility could be. Should check the patrol routes against good old Alpha team. Nope, that's just disabled. None of these patrols. Nice. Oscorp.